What's going on, everybody? We are live. Welcome to another episode of the Smash Time podcast. I'm having so much fun doing this stuff. I've been able to talk to so many cool people lately, and there's like exactly 2 people in the chat. So please, everyone, let me know who's in the chat. Let's get it going. Let's get this live stream up and running. Tonight's going to be fun. Tonight's going to be pretty exciting. Let's see. I just scored 800 rounds of ammo this week. Lead therapy, confessions. All right. Let's see. I have a whopping like 5 people in the chat right now. Nice. This is kind of an odd time. Usually I come on at 8 o'clock, but due to the time difference in Arizona, we thought we'd make it a little bit later. So I'm sure we're going to have a bunch of stragglers come in. All right. Without further ado, let's invite him into the chat. Steve, aka MrBigKid. Man, what's up, buddy?
What's happening, man? How you doing?
Dude, I'm doing. Man, it's
nice.
such a weird time. I think all the usual guys are probably already in bed.
Yo, gotcha. Well, I guess, yeah, the East Coast, what's it? 7 o'clock, 10 o'clock down there, I guess, or over there.
9. I'm Central, Houston Central time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Yeah, see, we don't recognize daylight savings time in Arizona. We like to keep it simple.
Yeah, so what's the deal with that? So is it always the same time?
Yeah, it doesn't change. Everybody, moves their clocks forwards, moves them backwards, and we just stay the same.
Lucky.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love it. It's pretty cool. I was born and raised on the East Coast, so I was able to experience changing time zones.
But you said you're born and raised in Connecticut?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, see, I remember, folks. I remember. So what do you think about my lighting? I'm trying to church it up a little bit.
I like it. You got a little color going on in the background.
A little bit of color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
So for the sake of the chat, let's talk about how you got into YouTube, because personally, that's what I'm really curious about. How or why would you want to start doing this? Because it is a thankless, hard job.
It is. And my goal is to turn YouTube into my living. Like, that's what I want to do. It's a really good side gig right now, and it's pretty good.
So aren't you scared of like the wall coming down?
Yeah, that's why I need to make a lot of money on YouTube before I'm willing to take the risk. The risk or the reward has to outweigh the risk.
Yeah, 100%. So in the chat, we have Nathan. What's up, Nathan? Really digging your last 9 score. Yeah, so I picked up 800 rounds of 9mm yesterday. Piece of cake. It's $260. Not horrible, but not amazing.
It's not too bad.
Yeah. Houston, it's so funny, man, because in Houston, Texas, we have Academy Sports and Outdoors, and there's 27 of those stores in Houston. So if you just make the rounds, you can hit probably 6-7 stores in a day. And man, I've gotten 3,000 rounds of 9 in one day. Pretty easy.
That's not bad.
And that keeps me shooting for a couple of weeks. I've been shooting so much now. God damn.
Nice. Got to get that content, right?
It's not the content. I film all this stuff, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to put it. I don't want to edit it. Some of it's kind of just whatever.
Yeah.
Marty Richardson's in the chat. What's up, buddy? Jeff's in the chat. Jeff's a good man. Marty's a good guy.
What's up, Marty? How you doing, man?
So you've been doing this 5 years, but really like 2 years.
Like 2 or 3. I don't remember exactly when I started. It was either late 2017 or early 2016.
Right.
So the reason my channel is so old is because back when Google and YouTube were separate things, I used to upload like home videos and stuff to Google Video just to have as like an online storage and to share with my family and stuff like that. And then Google purchased YouTube and converted all Google Video stuff into YouTube. So my channel, when that happened, basically was born at that time.
Oh, no kidding.
Instead of making a new channel, I just renamed it and branded it and stuff like that. That's why it looks so old.
What was the original name?
Oh, I think like Stevie Bunk or something like that. High school nickname.
Oh man. So
Yep.
do you have the Dodge Challenger still?
No. So we had the Challenger and we had an Explorer. We got rid of the Explorer and my wife got the Challenger, and I had a work car at the time. And my son, 6 years old, is getting a little bigger, so she decided that it's time to upgrade. So we traded. I don't know if you'd say up, but we traded up for a Durango RT. So same engine, just a bigger car. So
I
that
like
was pretty
those.
cool.
I
Yeah,
like
me
those
too.
Durangos.
It's a good driver. It's just a lot more sluggish than the Challenger was.
I know. Once you have a fast car, I don't know if you can go back to just driving.
Yeah.
Uh,
So now I have the Ram 1500 e-torque. It's the 5.7 Hemi as well.
was that the one that was in your intro video?
No, that was my F-150 that I had last year,
Yeah,
which is
those are
pretty cool
great.
too. But now I need a new intro because it's not relevant anymore.
I don't- yeah, that guy with those cinema cameras,
Oh,
ridiculous, man. What
he's
an
got like,
opportunity.
oh yeah. So him and I were like best friends when we grew up. Lived on the same street in Connecticut, and he moved to Los Angeles to go to school for filmmaking, and I came out here.
So
So we still
did
hang
he
out at
charge you
least
for
once or
that, or
twice.
it was just a friend thing?
No, he was coming out. He had some other film gigs, so he had all his cameras. He brought like his Black Magic cameras and
I
stuff,
saw that
and
Cinema 6.
yep, everything. It was super cool. And the amount it probably took, that short little intro probably took like 3 hours to film
It's worth it.
because yeah, it's cool. But now I just feel like I want to redo it because even that song that was used in that video, I've been hearing on advertisements now for like products,
So
and
what?
I'm like, there's my uniqueness.
No, man, it's good. They heard it there first.
Yep, maybe. I don't even know what the name of that song is or anything.
It's on the. I think it's one of those free YouTube songs.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've heard it. I've heard it a few times.
I need to have somebody compose something for me.
No, man, it's rock solid. I dig it. That's such a good intro.
Yeah,
So
it's pretty cool.
you're kind of a tech geek, and I'm kind of a learning tech geek. So who's
Mhm.
your favorite like tech YouTuber?
Actually, I don't really follow that many tech YouTubers. As far as channels that aren't gun channels, I watch a lot of YouTube growth channels. So Daryl Eves, all those type channels.
Right.
So I think the vidIQ guy, I want to say his name is not Rob, maybe Rob.
Oh,
I
the
don't remember.
vidIQ? Yeah, I watched that guy too.
Yeah, I think he has a tech review channel as well, but
My
I don't know for
favorite,
sure.
I have two favorite. I have one tech review channel. That's my favorite is Flossie Carter. Love his content. He's been doing it. God, he's been doing it 10 years. He's been around
Gotcha.
since like the Nokia phones.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was one of the first. And then Potato Jet. When it comes to cameras, I watch Potato Jet. It's this Asian guy out in California. He's hilarious, man. Really funny.
There's this Asian guy that does really good camera reviews. He's in England, I think.
Glasses?
I don't know. He's got like a really strong like English accent.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He does good reviews. He's actually convinced me to buy a bunch of cameras.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Oh, it's super
Cameras
dangerous.
are almost they're more expensive than guns, hands down.
They definitely can be for sure.
Yeah. So speaking of guns,
Hmm.
how did you get into guns? Like, what was the intro?
So, guns in general, I've always had an interest in guns ever since I was a kid. We grew up in Connecticut, which guns are kind of frowned upon.
Right.
If you're just trying to be the average citizen, of course, you have the gun nuts out there too. Um, Basically, I used to shoot with my dad every once in a while. I had a little 22, high standard 22 revolver, and that's how I learned to shoot on. And then we moved to Arizona when I was 19, and I realized I can actually buy a gun. I can actually try to live this lifestyle. I can go to the desert and go shoot. I don't have to be stuck at a range. So I ended up purchasing a Springfield XD40 when I was 19.
Oh my God, that was my first gun too. It was my first pistol.
Mine was the V10, so I had the porting on the barrel.
Oh, mine wasn't that fancy.
Oh, and I mean, it was a great gun. It never failed me, never had any failures in general. It just kind of took off from there. And that was back in 2008, 2007, around there. So when AKs and all that were still cheap. I
Right.
ended up buying I bought a Saiga AK, Ismash Armory and everything for like 250, and I sold it for 500 because I wanted to, get a good deal on it. But
Man, those are the days. Let's see who else is in the chat. We have Plasters in the chat. Let's see, he's moving it to Houston, Texas. Actually, he has a Supra. Nice guy to hang out with and go shoot guns. I love cars and guns. Marty, Mike McLean, Bob Goodwin. Bob Goodwin is one of my guys I met standing in line for ammo. One of the salt of the earth guy right there. I met so many random people standing in line for ammo.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's bananas, man. It's so much fun. And they're all eclectic.
Okay.
They're all a little different.
Yep.
They're all a little kooky in their own way.
Well, you all have something in common, and that is you need ammo. So
100%.
Yeah.
So how is it up where you're at?
Not too bad. Expensive still, but available.
So what is like 9mm going for Arizona?
Small mom and pop gun shop, probably around $30 a box still.
Yes, way too much.
I've seen it at Sportsman's. I've seen the leftover tags on the shelves, no more boxes, but mid-20s, low 20s.
Oh, that's
I haven't been to Bass Pro, haven't been to Cabela's.
So there's two camps. There's people that will just buy it because they have to go shoot, which is me. And there's people that are like, well, I'm not gonna spend $22 for 9mm. I'll only spend $18. That's my max, or $19 my max. I'm like, okay, cool. So it's a 4-box limit. You go to Burger King, spend $10 on lunch. Would you trade that lunch for 200 rounds to go shoot?
Yep.
Yes.
Burger King, I would.
Well, oh man, I like Burger King. Well, out here we have In-N-Out in Houston now.
Yep.
And people hate on it like crazy.
Why?
Because we have Whataburger, and there's a lot of good burger places in Houston.
Yeah, Whataburger is good too, but you can't compare In-N-Out to Whataburger. That's such a different category.
In-N-Out's more of like a Five Guys comparison.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably.
But man, they sure hate it out here. I grew up in California, so I grew up on In-N-Out. I used to eat it weekly.
Yeah, my wife is a fiend. She loves In-N-Out. Anytime I'm out of town, her cheat meal is In-N-Out.
Nice. But you got to get the fries extra crispy.
Yeah, and eat them fresh. Eat them right away too, because
extra crispy and fresh, because they get soggy.
Yeah, they do.
Let's see. We got Jason in the chat. Michael Henderson. Michael Henderson's another great guy I met in the chat. He's come to my events. Man, I do these shooting events where I have people come out, and I got to tell you, I think the majority of people that are shooters are not the tactical guys, or just weekend guys that just shoot and love guns. Mm-hmm. We had 25 people come to my last shoot. Only one guy was wearing any kind of combat fatigues. He had like the whole Under Armour gear and all that stuff. And everyone else is just, half of us didn't even have like holsters, man. We were just having a good time shooting guns. It was a trip.
What's funny is there's a YouTuber that I shoot with. I'm sure you've heard of, Tactical Toolbox. You met him actually at the range day. Yeah. He is not the gun guy that you would think like those big YouTubers are. He tries to portray that image too. He won't wear like gun shirts. Once in a while he'll wear maybe like a gun shirt, but the hats, he wears like the RVCA hats or whatever. He doesn't wear holsters. He doesn't carry anything. Well, he carries. He CCWs all the time, but he's not like that tactical type guy. Yeah. So,
oh man, this store next to me was having 65% off all their 511 gear. So I cleaned them out.
There you go.
So now,
don't get me wrong, that's all good gear. I love tactical gear.
Yeah, I was buying. I bought the 511 boots. It was 72% off or something. I paid like $26 for these boots. It was bananas.
That's awesome.
Jeez. If anybody's in Houston and want really good tactical gear, Camping World is having a 65% off sale. All their fishing, all their shoes, every piece of shoes. Like I bought my kids shoes for the next 5 years. I bought like size. My son is 8, so I bought 8. So I bought like the next 4 sizes up.
That's awesome.
He's covered. My daughter too. She's covered.
I won't bother with my son because if I buy him anything, my wife's going to just keep getting things that she likes for him, regardless of whether he needs it or not. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
I've lost that battle many times.
man, Amazon packages every day at the door.
Oh, I
It's
know
a
it.
nightmare.
I know it. So your channel started out as guns/food.
Yeah, guns and barbecue.
And that's a trip because if you watch your timeline, I mean, you've had some of your food things just blow up. Your
Yeah.
barbecue, some of your content just blows up, and it's solid content.
hmm Yeah, the barbecue videos are what made my channel really what it is, and that's what took my channel off. So my channel started as a vlog, actually, like a
Mm.
family vlog. Most of my old videos are still up there. Tactical Toolbox tells me I need to take them down to be relevant, but I'll leave them up for the time being.
No,
um,
man, it's cool that I was able to go back and learn a lot about you and like your son Ben, and
yep.
there's a lot of good content. I wouldn't take it down.
No, I mean it started off as a vlog and then a gun channel. I loved experiments and just shooting random things. I still do, but then it started turning into barbecue because we had a barbecue competition at my work. So I got a new pellet grill. Never really was into grilling or barbecue before, so I decided to do an unboxing, and then that video did relatively well for my channel size. So then I started doing more barbecue videos, and it really started evolving to the point where I was considering going full-time barbecue.
Oh
But
wow,
yeah, I love shooting so much, and my audience was really split at that time. So fast forward, I've pretty much segregated my content. Now I have the barbecue channel, Gaucho Q, and now I
right,
have my gun channel, which is MrBigKid.
man, I love both those channels. It's good stuff. I was going to bring up your other channel in a minute.
I appreciate it.
Speaking of, if anybody is not a subscriber to MrBigKid, I just put his link in the chat. Please click the channel and subscribe to his channel. It's solid content, except his video on the Mini 14. That one's trash.
Hey, don't you start with that. That's some good stuff. I
So
love that
look,
video.
being in California, we couldn't have AR-15, so I bought a Mini 14 and a Mini 30.
Okay.
Both great guns. I loved them. I paid like $5. They were pretty cheap.
At the time, yeah.
Detachable 10-round mags in California. I was like, wow, that was huge, you know.
Yep.
But after 5 shots, that barrel would get so hot.
Oh,
That group would spread out so quick. If you burn through 2 magazines, your group would go from this to like that.
I believe it. That little
And
pencil barrel.
I hated it. I
Yeah.
absolutely hated it. I think the later generations they beefed up the barrel.
Yeah, mine's an old school one. It's a 187 series, so it has the pencil barrel. Accuracy does get affected, especially once you start getting that barrel hot.
Oh my God, I
So-
couldn't believe it because I was like, oh yeah. I mean, you only have like 2 cold bore shots, and then that thing just spreads out like 3 inches.
They make like a Harbar, the harmonic barrel stabilizer, and a bunch of mitigations for that. And they do have a bull barrel now for the Mini 14. But
All right. You'd have to because it gets just bananas.
Yeah.
Let's see. In the chat, we have Space Texan. Love that guy. A-Dubs. Jason. Nice. Welcome to the chat. Please push a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel. And if you're not a subscriber to MrBigKid, absolutely subscribe to his channel. Solid content. So you smoked a turkey in one of your videos, and it looked like it came out pretty good. Have you done it since?
Oh yeah, I smoke a turkey every single year, and every year I actually put videos out on it too. So as the big events come, like Thanksgiving comes, I'll start beefing up my barbecue stuff in preparation for that. As Christmas comes, I'll start beefing up my roast videos, and yeah, I've smoked and spatchcocked lots of turkeys now.
So I tried to smoke a turkey once, and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation comes to mind because I swear to God, when you cut into it, it was so dry and brittle. I mean, I don't know what I did, but it was a riot. Everyone was like, well, I guess we're not eating that.
Well, the flavor is good. Turkey jerky, man.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I've definitely ruined quite a few barbecues too. I've destroyed briskets. I've destroyed just about every cut of meat out there. You know what's weird is you wouldn't think it, but one of the hardest meats for me to master, which I don't think I've mastered anything yet. But one of the hardest meats for me to actually get decent at smoking was ribs.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's one of the ones that you'd think is the easiest, and it is pretty easy if you actually follow the principles and all that. But I never really knew when they were done, so I would either over smoke them, so they were starting to get dried out and falling apart. So I figured it out. A lot of butter, brown sugar.
Right. So I cheat when I do ribs. I cook them in the oven for a little bit, and then I throw them on the grill to get the taste and the flavor. I love charcoal, man. I love the taste of mesquite. Oh, man. My dad was a barbecue caterer growing up, so I was the only kid on the block that would eat barbecue, because if you didn't sell it, you ate it. And I hate it. When I moved to Texas, I didn't touch barbecue for about 5 years.
Gotcha.
Now I'm eating it again, but man, it was rough. But yeah, I can't cook chicken. For some reason, I can never get chicken right.
That's actually a tough one too, because you have to nail chicken. There's like a perfect temp that you have to pull that thing, because it's going to be either too dry, and of course chicken you don't want to undercook either.
Yeah, 100%. I'm actually going to pick up a pellet grill. A buddy of mine just upgraded to a fancy Bluetooth one where he can control it with his phone or something.
Oh, nice.
So it's like some fancy one. He's going to give me his old one. So I'm going to go pick that up this weekend.
That's awesome. They're fun. I mean, it's a great intro to barbecue too.
Yeah.
Interesting fact on chicken, and don't quote me on this, and I do not take any legal responsibility for this statement, but I read online that chicken does not have to be 165 to be taken off the grill. If it sits at least above 150 for a significant amount of time,
the bone will keep cooking it.
Yeah, it's actually neutralized at that point. The bacteria that would cause salmonella are dead at 150 over an extended period of time.
Yeah, I bit into some pretty raw chicken once, and it was
it's horrible. I hate raw chicken.
It's so gross.
Yeah,
like since I moved to Texas, man, I was at a buddy's house, and I forget what they call it, but literally he takes this 1-inch steak, throws it a minute on each side or less, just eat it. Like it doesn't bother me anymore. I
can't do that.
When I first moved to, because California, everything's well done. The longer I live in Texas, the longer I live in Houston, it's like, man, I don't mind rare at all.
So you're probably drooling when you're driving by a cow farm.
Ooh, as long as the window's up and I'm not smelling it. Yeah,
that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
So you've been to Texas a few times?
Just once. I mean, aside for a fly through, but just the Gundys last year, and that's it.
Did you try any good barbecue while you're out here?
No, they catered pizza for us. And then the first
Texas?
Night, yeah, over at Ox Ranch.
But you're in Texas.
I know.
Barbecue.
Should have some of that salt and pepper barbecue.
Oh man, it's so good out here. It's hard to find bad Mexican food and bad barbecue in Texas. Like,
I believe
it's really tough.
We've got some really great barbecue joints here in Arizona too. With the channel and the amount of barbecuing I used to do, especially last summer, I got burnt out of barbecue. I'll cook it, I'll smoke a brisket all day, and I'll try it for the video, and then I won't ever touch it again. Just zero desire to eat it.
What? So your neighbors are making out?
Oh yeah. Well, I think the difference is, like, every time I open the grill, I'm getting blasted in the face with smoke, and you have the smell of smoke on you all day. It just kind of cuts your appetite.
Yeah. I've been there and I've done that. Yep. So I helped my dad set up the tables, and we catered some huge events, and he had this huge barbecue that was on a trailer. Of course, I never got paid at all. You don't pay rent. I'm like, Dad, I'm 12. Come on. But I never ate it. I couldn't stand it. Just the smell. It was so gross. So gross.
It steps on you after a while. Just everything tastes and smells like smoke,
Yeah. And I remember one time after we catered this one party, I remember I got pulled over, and the cop saw me. My eyes were completely red and bloodshot. And he goes, "You what are you on?" And nothing. And he smelled inside the car. He goes, "Oh, okay. You've been cooking, huh?" I go, yeah, all day.
You're on mesquite.
Yeah, I smelled like mesquite, because we would soak the chips in water and throw it in and really get it smoking. And those were the days. So your channel now has about 65,000 subscribers, right?
I think I'm sitting at 68.2 right now.
Wow,
So
man.
yeah, it's growing quick.
It's grown a lot in just 2 years because I
Yeah.
saw that video. You did like a 600 and something subscriber giveaway.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
that video got me because your dog had just passed.
Oh,
And you
okay.
were talking about that. And I was like, ah, God, I can't watch this. It was tough, man. It
Man,
was
that
hard to
puts it in
watch.
perspective. Geez, that wasn't that long ago. But
Yeah. And then you did a 3,000 subscriber a few months after that.
yep.
And now look where you're at. I mean, that's huge. It's
So
bananas.
so my barbecue audience has pretty much brought me from about 0 subs to about 10,000 subs. That was about my barbecue. I mean, of course, I'll have a couple gun tubers and gun channels in the mix, but it was mostly my barbecue content that carried me there.
Oh, nice. Let's
So
check the chat real quick. Oh, the prepping preachers here. Plaster, Jeffrey Light, what's up? Santee TV's here. Man, you should check this girl out. She is a riot.
I heard you talking about her in one of your previous live streams.
Yeah, she's great. Santee's she's always smiling. She's like the little Texas honey badger. She
That's
is
awesome.
tough, man. She's so fun. She's almost at 1,000 subs, and she's man.
Heck
I
yeah.
hope she doesn't get burned out.
Don't get burned out. Keep pushing.
YouTube burnout is real. So,
Yeah, happens to me often.
oh, Big Boy Plinkster's in here. Asian Jesus. Oh, man. So this is another guy I met in line, and he's this Asian cat with real long hair. We never knew his name, so I just called him Asian Jesus, and it stuck. Nice,
That's awesome.
nice. So you got into guns through your dad, right?
Yeah, through my dad, and believe it or not, through video games. I was playing Counter-Strike when I was like in junior high. I played it for years, and I still play Counter-Strike to this day.
Oh, man, I haven't touched that game in 20 years. I played it at CS Labs all the time.
Okay. Yeah,
people would get really crazy in there and start fights. And the one in my neighborhood, there was like a drive-by, and some people got shot, so they shut it down. So.
Oh, is that like a gaming store? Like a
CS Labs is Counter-Strike Lab. So it was 40 computers in there, and there was just a big group of people hanging out. But it got a little nuts. It got a little crazy.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you didn't want to go in there at night.
You know, so like Counter-Strike was my big thing as a kid. And then I played a lot of Airsoft when I was a kid too. Because again, Connecticut, there is not really like a child or underage shooting sport type thing. There might be, I don't know. Not to my knowledge when I was a kid. So Airsoft was my big thing with all my friends. And then, yeah, just grew up, moved to Arizona, bought real guns, and just got more and more addicted.
Yeah, I played a lot of Fallout. That was my game.
I've never played it.
Huh?
I've never played it. It's crazy, right? It's such a big game and so iconic, but I've never even touched it before. I want to.
So Fallout 76 you can skip, but I would strongly suggest going and playing Fallout New Vegas was such a good game, such a good storyline. Fallout 4 I thought was phenomenal.
Okay.
And
is it
you
creepy?
Probably get it. No.
Oh, it's not? I thought it was kind of like a creepy, like apocalyptic type game.
It is kind of like that. I mean, there's zombies and stuff, but it's not like that at all. It's not jump scare. I don't think I've ever been scared playing Fallout.
Gotcha.
But it's really a lot of fun. I've wasted years of my life playing that game. That and Grand Theft Auto. I love Grand Theft Auto.
There's one game that I play that probably tops Counter-Strike, and that game is called Rust. So it's a crazy game. It's on Steam on the computer, and it's survival. You start off on a beach with a rock and a stick, a rock and a torch, and you build houses. You're playing with other players on this big open world map, and I played with a clan at the time, and we'd build bunkers and raid other people's clans, and is awesome time. I still play it every now and then. It's just YouTube has totally taken over everything, just between editing and posting and all that.
Yeah, it is. It is nuts. So I was a big SOCOM. I don't remember. Do you remember SOCOM?
Is that a Ghost Recon?
No, SOCOM was like before. It was like one of the biggest. I think it was the first online shooter on PlayStation.
Okay.
And
gotcha.
It was huge. I played that for forever. And it was really a great game because it didn't matter how good you were. It was about communication.
Okay.
And it wasn't like the other game, Call of Duty. Call of Duty is so easy. It's I don't know. I'm not a Call of Duty fan at all.
There's no teamwork.
No teamwork. I mean,
Yeah.
SOCOM was the best. Hardcore, man. I love it.
I've spent a lot of time playing Call of Duty, so I've prestiged multiple times throughout the previous Call of Duties and all that. But
if you were good at SOCOM, you would crush Call of Duty easily.
Yeah.
Like I played Call of Duty and I was like, this game is so easy. And it's just respawn.
Yeah.
And then you have just campers. And it was like, God, this game, it's boring.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, man. If they ever make that game again, so much fun.
The Battlefield games are pretty solid too.
Yeah, they're all right. I like Battlefield.
I think there's a new 1942 one coming out too.
That would be cool.
Yep.
That game's been getting better and better too. But I have an addictive personality, so I don't think I could play another video game. Like Fallout 76, I counted my hours, and I haven't played it, and it came out to like 3,700 hours.
Oh wow! No kidding.
Which is pathetic, really.
Pulling up Steam right now. It tells me my hour count for Rust. It's something pretty pathetic.
Oh my God.
I don't remember how to see. 2,334 hours.
That's still pretty insane.
It's a lot of time when you break it down.
That's
to
like
days.
6 months. Full-time job.
Yep. But I had fun.
Oh,
So
thanks,
I'm just
Texan.
saying.
SOCOM Operation Flashpoint. Oh yeah, SOCOM was the best.
Nice.
Oh, Armament and Axis is in here. What's up?
What's happening?
Oh, A-Dubs, SOCOM with the old school headset and the LAN parties. Yeah, God, we used to have the best time. That game was so much fun. Ant Carter, is it SOCOM? Yeah. And the people are rabid fans of SOCOM. Like, those people are just fanatics. Like, I'm a fanatic. Like, when they tried to release the last SOCOM they released, they tried to make it more like Call of Duty, and it flopped because it was crap.
Gotcha.
Because if you're good at, SOCOM, you really had to communicate and think. It was you got to have a solid team. There was no solo players in that game.
Is it a Tom Clancy game?
No.
Okay. Because I know the Rainbow Six stuff was very like stack up on doors, choosing who's breaching and stuff like that. I liked
Rainbow Six. That was a pretty good game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are pretty solid games too. Let's see who else is in here. So, what was your first rifle you bought?
That was the Izmash Saiga. Well, so my uncle gave me my Mini 14 when I was like 16. My dad instantly hid it in the attic, and I couldn't find it.
Why? He just didn't want you to have it?
Yeah, just me being a 16-year-oold. Granted, I shot with him every now and then as a kid. I guess if my uncle handed my kid a 30-round Mini 14 and he just came home with it randomly, I'd be a little shocked. I'd be stoked because I'd be playing with it all the time.
Oh man, yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I think it was part of the growing up in the East Coast and me just having something like that. Yep. I got it back. I found it in the attic. I played with it all the time. So,
I hope it wasn't loaded.
No, I knew some firearm safety back then too.
Nice. And so how did it progress there? Did you have a lot of friends that shot guns, or it was just
not really. No, I moved to Arizona and I just wanted to get into shooting myself. So I just went to this local shooting range out here, and after work, I'd go to the range, bring my Izmash or my Saiga, my XD40, throw a couple rounds down range and go home. Yeah. So I met my wife, and then she kind of shared it with me a lot when we were dating. So she went shooting with me a lot. And
was she already shooting when you guys met?
She knew how. Her dad would take her, and he's a hunter, so he did a lot of outdoorsman stuff. He actually took me hunting once we met too, which is cool. I'm a horrible hunter.
Yeah, I've only shot paper.
I tried hunting a couple times, and all I see is bugs. So
right.
Yeah.
Right. It's funny. I was watching this guy on YouTube talk about how to clean a deer, and he goes, well, first thing you do is you put your finger in the anus, then you put your knife in and slide. I'm like, whoa. I gotta put my finger
be a better way.
I'm like, there's gotta be. Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta take it to a processor, and he's like, well, you still got to clean it first, field dress it, and then take it. I'm like, oh God.
That's funny.
Gross. So gross.
Yeah.
So gross. So a lot of people use the AR-15 as a home defense gun,
Mhm.
and you had a pretty good video on it. Do you still think it's a good home defense option?
Yes. Actually, and since that video, I've become even more pro AR-15 for home defense. I was pro AR-15 the entire time for home defense, but there's some facts, some things that I thought were facts, some ideas that I had that actually aren't true. So I want to do a new update video on that. But I was under the impression that the 223, being such a lightweight bullet, would have over penetration, which apparently is not the case. 223s will just fragment in its target, which makes it that much better for home defense too. So yes, I definitely am.
You know what I wish? I wish someone would go into a house that's about to be condemned and put it to the test. Put pictures on the wall, shoot through a couple walls, and just really test it out. I mean, I've seen people put wood out there, but it's not realistic. I want to see if it's going to go through your wall, another wall, and then into your neighbor's house. Like, I really want to. I think that would be a cool test.
Well, I can tell you the ballistic experiment inside an apartment building with a 45, because that was my first negligent discharge.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was right when I moved to Arizona. Met my wife; she was out of town. I went gold panning with my family and a couple friends, and I had my Rock Island 1911 on my hip. I got home. My wife was out of town, and I was in the apartment. For some reason, I thought it was a good idea to drop the hammer, with my thumb, letting it slowly release with a round in the chamber. Don't know why, just stupid kid, I guess. And sure enough, it goes off, went through my mattress, both sides of my mattress, into the wall, out the next wall, into the next room, and bounced off a metal table post or a metal table leg, and rolled into the floor.
Shit. Did anybody knock?
Nope. Oh man, I turned on all the bathroom exhaust fans, sprayed a bunch of aerosol, and
man, that is wild.
Yeah.
Holy smokes!
No one ever complained about it. Just totally lucked out with that one.
That is pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for the super chat, GD Bacon. Let the sin begin.
Nice. It's a good number.
Yeah. Nice caliber. Nice. Oh man. So, God, I almost shot a 9mm off a couple weeks ago. I got home from the range and I was really tired, and I took like 5 pistols to the range. And I don't know why, but I was, when you clean an XDM, you pull the slide back, you pull the trigger. Yep. But for some reason, I dropped the magazine and I went to go pull the trigger, and I thought, wait a minute, did I check that? And then sure enough, man, a bullet just popped out. I was like, man, I almost shot my bed. I almost shot my bed too.
Yep.
That would have been bad.
It's great you thought to check it. That's, what? I'm in the construction industry, and complacency is the killer. That's how people get hurt. You do something thousands and thousands of times all your life, and you get lazy. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Man, that was crazy. I can't believe I almost shot the couch. And my kids were home too. How do you explain that to your kids?
Yep.
So in one of your videos, you went clean shaven, and that didn't last long at all.
That lasted as long as it took to grow my hair back.
And I saw it. I was like, wow, that's not a good look for you. Because after you see yourself with hair, I mean, it works, but I was like, wow, that was crazy.
Yeah. I'm not going to say regret doing it. I kind of had to for the project I was working on and the mask I had to wear for that. I was able to rock a Joe Exotic handlebar mustache for the first night, which is pretty fun.
I love Joe Exotic. That was such a good show.
It's like a guilty pleasure. We enjoyed it. We binge watched the entire thing.
We did too. Me and my wife, we started watching the first episode, and at the end, what they do is they hook you at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
So at the end of the first episode, it talks about, did he really kill so-and-so? You're like, did he kill somebody? The next one is like, well, did she kill her husband?
She did,
crazy.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She's a whack job, man. How many people in the chat watched the Joe Exotic Tiger King? Be honest.
Don't be ashamed.
Don't be ashamed. I mean, I admit I loved it. God, I loved every minute of that horrible show. What's great is if you ever watch his YouTube channel, he's got 100 videos of the same content.
I actually never watched his YouTube video
It's
or his
so
channel.
good. It's
Huh.
so pure. it's so good, man.
Nice.
All right. Santi admits she watched it. Nice. One person admitted.
That's a lie. Santi's just honest. That's all.
It was hilarious. I mean, you couldn't get more trashy than that guy. It was so good. And then when the one guy blew his brains out, you're like, what?
That really, I know.
It's what? It's it was. Yep. I was entrapped. I could not stop watching that show.
Yeah, I follow him on Instagram, Joe Exotic, because he thought he was going to get pardoned by Trump.
No. So if you watch his YouTube channel, he goes, "This is day number 722. It's my message to Trump today," and he'll just start talking about Trump. It's hilarious.
Oh man.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good. So, what's next for your channel?
Growth is my main focus. You know, I'm trying to turn it into a business. So I have a really good career, but you know, YouTube is such a passion. I just love making videos so much.
Takes a lot of time.
Oh, I think I have over 400 videos on the channel, and it just recently started taking off. So it's unfortunately with YouTube, it's the things that you really love doing and the things I put a lot of time and money into that do the worst, and the really easy videos are.
I was just going to tell you that. I was just going to say the same thing. Like my meet and greet cost me like $1,000.
Yep.
A lot of cool give outs. So much fun. Got 1,000 views. I run through an academy with my camera out. And I have one of my ammo videos is like 380,000 views. It's retarded. It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I think some people might call it, whether I'm not going to say, I'm trying to think of the right term. So jumping on current politics and popular topics is a really good tactic too on YouTube. So right now, the talk in the gun community is ammo. That's what's really important. So when there's a YouTuber out there that's covering that topic of ammo and showing people, hey, this is what I got here, people gravitate towards that. That's really good.
Yeah, I was curious about it, and I couldn't find anybody else doing it, and I was like, man, I wonder if anybody's doing this. And then, you know, I would do car videos. I would go to car shows and stuff, and I would get like 300 views, and I'd spend 8 hours editing this. You know, edit the cuts to music, try and keep to the beat, and just do a really good job. They were horrible. They were not that good. Yep. And then so I was at Academy one day, and my wife calls me. She goes, "What are you doing?" So I'm in line for ammo. She needs some ammo. She goes, "How stupid! Who's gonna buy ammo? Who's waiting in line for ammo?" And there's like 10 people in line. I was like, "There's a couple people." What are one of your dumb videos on that? So I did, and then it blew up. I got like 1,000 views in a day. I'm like, "Oh my god!" Yep. And I was like, "I need to go this direction because I love guns. I don't know a lot about guns. I'm still learning a lot. Yep. But man, I just love it. So much fun. And then I get to meet some really cool people."
Yeah, I've done a couple of ammo videos as well, and those just blew away the rest of my content too. It's really cool.
Oh yeah, it's it's crazy how that works. It's so weird. Yep. So let's change it. Let's go to your everyday carry, because that's a question everyone wants to know. Okay. What's your everyday carry?
Firearm is the brand new Smith & Wesson M&P Shield Plus. It's the Performance Center one. I just did a video on it too. So it has like the ported barrel, the ported slide and barrel. And that thing is an amazing shooter.
Nice.
I mean, absolutely blown away. I like to CCW small guns. I'm a big guy, so you know it's hard to conceal double stacks. Kind of. Actually, recently I was driving by Tactical Toolbox's house, and I called him, and I stopped by for a couple hours, and he had me try one of his. I think he was a Tier 1 concealed, and it was a Glock 19 double stack, and I appendix carried it, and it was amazingly comfortable. I've never comfortably carried appendix like that before.
I have too much tactical girth to carry appendix.
I do too. Until I tried this thing, I was blown away. Tactical girth. I love that.
No, I don't know, man. 'Cause I'm a little too husky. I don't know if I could do it, but I'm a big sticky holster fanatic. Like I love
Sticky.
sticky holsters, and they just came out with. If you have a red dot on your pistol, now they have a little cutout for red dots.
Okay.
Which
Was that like a sleeve or?
No, sticky holster. It's a compression. So if you put something in there, and if you have the lightest compression, I mean, it won't let it go.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and so since I do outside sales, so I have to take my gun in and out like 20 times a day sometimes, and I can't do belt and clips or any of that junk. So I take it on, take it off, take it on, take it off. I can adjust it. It's so
You
easy.
just stick it right in your waistband, and that's it.
Yeah,
huh? That's cool.
Dude, you wear sweatpants.
Yep.
It just doesn't move. It's crazy. It's weird the first few times you use a sticky holster.
Yeah.
But I mean, it covers the whole trigger guard. I'm doing a video on this one now because they just released this on the 12th. And they know I'm a sticky fanatic, so they sent me one to try out. I was like, thanks, guys.
That's awesome.
I know. I'm such
Yeah.
a hoochie mama for sticky holsters. I love it.
The free stuff definitely starts rolling in a lot faster, like the bigger you get too. But I realized nobody ever offered me anything until I started asking. And then most companies are really willing to and excited to, because advertisement is expensive. So if all they have to do is give a product to receive advertisement, it's actually a pretty good deal for them.
Yeah. And I had a one holster company reach out to me and say, hey, we want you to be exclusive and sign this. It was like 4 pages. I'm like, I'm not signing anything.
Yeah.
I go, look, send it to me. If I like it, I'll review it and be honest. If it's trash, I'm going to tell everyone it's trash.
That's good.
I'm not going to look, I'm never going to do YouTube full time, man. I make pretty decent living in my job. I wish I could do it full time because God, I have 10 videos to edit and I don't have the time to do it. And God dang, man, it's tough. It's tough. I'm not telling you anything. So everyone in the chat, real quick, what is your everyday carry? Let's see what everyone in the chat carries. I hope it's a bunch of Glocko files.
Space Texan has tactical girth, and he appendix carries a Beretta 92. Heck yeah, that's a
cool gun.
Yep.
You know, I've always wanted to get a Beretta 92 FS. It's always been a gun I've never had. I've always wanted one.
Okay.
And you just did a Beretta review like a week ago.
I have 2 Berettas. I have my M9A1 I just bought for my friend. I know I can't show it to you, but here it is. It's within reach.
We can imagine. We can all
just imagine it. And I have a Beretta 92 compact. I'm trying to think of which one's the FS.
The FS is the older one. Oh man, did my screen just get wonky?
Yeah, you're back.
God, it's storming a little bit, and every time it does that, the internet goes out for like a day. And I live in a nice area, and the internet here is not that great. So we got Springfield Hellcat, a good pistol. Not my favorite. Not my favorite Springfield, but it's a good one. Glock 43, Security 9.
I carried a Glock 43 for quite a while. It's good.
Really? Hold on, let me go check my internet. Let me go check this real quick.
Let's see. Yeah, that Glock 43, it's nice. I'll take over the show. All right, let's see. Space Texan, the Beretta 92 FS has an ejection port large enough you won't ever have a failure to extract, like ever. Okay.
Well, I'm not telling you anything. We got, kids, everyone's on their tablets right now and phones. And so there's like 20 people, there's like 20 items on my internet just draining that bandwidth.
Oh, that works. It's all good. I held down the show for you.
I appreciate it. It.
I read one comment.
What a pro. XD Mod 2. That's what I carried for the longest. I carried an XD9 Mod 2 for 6 years. I love it.
Yeah.
I just switched to the XDM Elite with the red dot sight. Oh man. It
goddamn bacon.
So good in the hands.
It's got 2 24-inch machetes. That does count. That's a good EDC.
Machetes. That is funny. Yeah, he's a trip, man. Like he's the comic relief of the chat for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's a good guy. So, what do you think about red dots on pistols?
Ooh, I became a fan. I
How long did it take you to become a fan?
I haven't tried it till when was it? Last year, late last year, my buddy had a race gun. We did a local competition here, and he let me play with his. It was a staccato, but it had the big red dot. It had like the the underrail mounted one that came over the top, and that thing was just so cool. And it felt so foreign to me to aim with a red dot on a handgun. I was unstable, but I kind of got my rhythm, and I realized that dot is really easy to hunt for. And then I met Tactical Toolbox over at the Gundys, and we started shooting together because we had no idea we lived so close to each other. And yeah, sure enough, he let me shoot some of his guns, and it just sold me on red dots.
Yeah, I mean, I've shot him. Oh, God dang this internet! It's so wonky today.
Gotta love the storms.
I know it. I know it. You know, it's funny. I was doing one of these with Santee TV, and I went and reset everything, and she just kept on going, man. She did I thought the whole stream dropped. She did like 10 minutes by herself, just chatting it up, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Is it showing the video or no?
No. You've gone dark.
I know it. I know it. Hold on. Let me tactical difficulties here, folks. Hold on one second.
Ooh, tactical difficulties. I like it.
Tactical difficulties. Oh, okay. That makes sense. There. How about now? Oh, there we go. There we go.
Okay, you're back.
There we go. Man, God dang it. This internet is driving me crazy.
Yep.
So yeah, my story with the red dot is I didn't like it. I didn't like the idea of it. And then I shot a buddy, my buddy Mike had a 1911 that had no sights and just came with a red dot.
Okay.
And my group at 20 yards was ridiculous.
Good or bad?
It was amazing.
Okay.
It was amazing. What I had to get used to is that first shot, just getting without fishing for the red dot. I mean, you got to bring it up, and you got to change a few things. And so I bought the XDM Elite when it comes to the red dot, and man, I've taken it to the range a couple times, and it is so much fun.
Nice.
If anybody in the chat has never shot a gun with a red dot, just go do it. Absolutely do it.
Right On has a nice red dot. I just visited them over in Tucson a couple of days ago, and they have some pretty cool products.
Right On. It's called Right On.
Yep, RITON. They're a veteran-owned optic company based out of Arizona, and they're getting big. I mean, they're selling in all the major sporting stores, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, nice, man.
Oh, here you go. Here's Right On. They're a little.
This internet is killing
You're
me.
down.
Story of my life. Story of my life. Oh, man. All right. Am I back on yet?
Yep.
All right. Nice. Nice. Hey, so another video I wanted to talk about was your quest for a rifle for your son. I'm having that problem right now because my daughter's 6, and we went out and we shot a Ruger Precision 22 and then the MP 15 22, and it was too big for her. Okay. Both of those was just, my son was shooting it great, but it was tough.
It's tricky finding a rifle for a kid at that age, especially one that you want to last and it's not just a cheap gun. I almost bought him one of those crickets, like the really small youth ones, which are really cool, and I probably still will buy one. But I just wanted to get him something that's like quality, that's going to last him a long time, he can grow into as well. The rifle I bought him is a CZ 455, I think. It's a little too big for him, and it's very heavy, so he has to shoot it on a table.
So that cricket's super light, and I think they have it in like Muddy Girl pink camo too.
They do. Yeah, they have all sorts of colors. So
that's what I'm going to go. I'm going to try and find one tomorrow because she wanted to shoot. I tell everyone this story. So took her to the range. I go to this really great outdoor range called Trinity Armory on the north side of town. And it's outdoors. beautiful. It's really nice. And after a couple shots, she's like, "Oh, it hurts my ears. I want to go inside to go sit in the car." And it's like, damn. So we have to cut the day short.
Mm-hmm.
So we were watching Laura Croft, and she watched Laura Croft with me one day on the couch. And now she wants to be Laura Croft. So thank you, Angelina Jolie, for that. That was amazing. You've affected my life twice now.
What's the first time?
Oh, well,
Shouldn't talk on
back in high school. This is a family-friendly show, Steve.
Yeah,
you can't be getting too crazy. No,
I got you.
So now she wants to be Laura Croft, but I want to keep that momentum going.
Yep.
And so I think a cricket, if I could find a cricket, I think I'll just do that. I mean, they're like $140. They're going to break the bank.
Yep.
And if anything, I could pass it on to someone else as a kid eventually when she grows out of it. I think I could always sell it for at least $100.
That's like what it sells for brand new too. I don't think it'll ever go up or down in value.
No.
No.
I mean, they've gone up a tiny bit recently because 22s are getting ridiculous, but
yeah. But available again, at least. My gun store had some. They're just really expensive right now.
Yeah.
I kind of suffer from the same issue with my kid. He just doesn't really have an interest in guns, which is kind of a shame because he has so much support if he wants to like that, but I can't like push it on him. I try to convince him, but he'd rather be a dinosaur trainer. And Thomas,
did he go through his Minecraft stage yet?
Oh, he's in it hard right now. I play Minecraft with him.
Ben's like 7.
He's 6. He just turned 6.
Oh, Minecraft is hardcore. I'm sure he watches Dream and Mr. Beast, and
he watches Izzy's Game Time, which that's a cool show because it's like a family that games together. It's like a kid, a mom, and a dad.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So
I've had to watch many episodes of all of it. Like every day, if Mr. Beast or Dream have something, man, we're watching it.
Gotcha.
And I have to sit with him and watch it. But yeah, man.
He's huge into Minecraft right now and Roblox.
Minecraft. Oh, man. Let's see.
And I hate Roblox.
I'm not a big Roblox fan. Minecraft is great. I like to play with him. Except as soon as he found out there's a cheat mode where you could just get everything free.
No.
He doesn't want to play regular. I'm like, no, son, you can't play on cheat mode all the time.
No more survival, huh?
Yeah. I made him work for it for the first 2 months. Everything survival mode.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
All right. Let's see. Santee, got Sport Brand, Mike McLean, Space Texan still. Again, if you're a subscriber to the channel, I greatly appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, please consider subscribing. You can always unsubscribe if you don't like. And also, please take a minute and subscribe to MrBigKid. I just put his link in the chat.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. And so the IV88 event was my first time I ever met like gun tubers or people that were just doing similar things to me. And there was 2 people I wanted to meet. And it was a Gun Drummer because, God, I'm just hooked on his channel. I can't
He's
get
a cool dude. Yeah, super nice
guy. He's a really cool guy. And then your channel because I watched one of your videos and I'm like, okay, this guy definitely knows cameras. And then I saw that you reviewed cameras and I go, oh, it makes sense now.
Okay.
Because a lot of gun tubers, the quality of their videos are just not, it could be better. With a little bit better equipment. Mine are not perfect at all. Heck, most of mine is just on my phone.
Which is good. Modern day phones, they can do good video.
Yeah. I mean, my Note 20 it takes a very good video. And I have scumbag zoom on it too. So it goes like times 50.
Scumbag zoom. Never heard of that.
Well, if you're at the beach.
Yeah, no, I think I know what you're getting at with that.
You can be very low key with it.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's great. It works very well.
Yeah, I've always been really into cameras and stuff, and I had a photography gig on the side, so I did a lot of photos for portraits and stuff like that. So I was really good with lighting and figuring out what a good picture looks like. I've taken some really cool pictures, and then my buddy, being a filmmaker, started getting me into it. So he's been my mentor. He's got the credibility behind him too. So he came out actually that time that he filmed the trailer for me. he had me run the camera, and we were doing a barbecue video. We all decided to cook something at my house when he was visiting. So I had the Black Magic, and that camera has like nowhere to hold it. It's weird. It's like a giant square.
It's a block. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, just press it against your chest. I'm like, this hurts. Like, really? Like, they couldn't put like some kind of a strap or something on this. Anyway,
but man, it takes amazing video.
Oh yeah, and he films it in like a ProRes. I don't know what the term is, like codec or whatever, ProRes format, and the files are huge. He records everything to an SD on an external recorder, and like 200 gigs for like 30 minutes worth of footage. It's just
that's like
insane.
8K, man.
Yeah, it's
That's
crazy.
Crazy. That's like raw 8K. Oh my god.
Yep. Beautiful. And actually, I want to get a recorder now.
Yeah.
It all costs money.
It all costs money. So this is my latest one I got. I got the A6400.
That's a great camera.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I just have the regular lens on it because I'd much rather buy ammo than another lens.
Mm-hmm.
And the other lenses that go on this, they don't have, like, this camera doesn't have in-body stabilization. So I have to get something with stabilization. So lenses that have stabilization are stupid expensive. It's almost the same price as the camera. Yeah,
they add up very quick. This guy, right? Where's my camera? My reference. That guy right there on the shelf behind me. That's the GH5. I guess I can get it for you.
Yeah, it's okay to touch cameras.
Yeah, I could touch this kind of shooting equipment. So this is the GH5 that I use. I just have a cage around it because I can use to mount the external audio recorder and stuff. This does have stabilization, and this thing is absolutely incredible. It almost looks like gimbal quality, like when I'm filming with it. So, yeah.
I just picked up a Zhiyun crane too.
Good. Yeah, that's one I bought too.
Yeah, I love it. It's really, it was so easy to balance it. It was way easier than I thought.
Yep.
And then I use this camera a lot at the IV88 when they did the Mad Minute, and the video it took was pretty amazing. I was blown away.
Yep.
But I ended up using my phone mostly. Still,
I purchased the camera. I'm using it as the web camera right now, but it's the ZV-1.
Oh yeah. I saw your review on that one.
Yep. That thing is a cool camera. I also have the RX100 that I bought for vlogging.
That video made me a little uncomfortable with the first minute of your lips in slow motion. I'm like, come on, what?
900 frames of
that was
lips.
It kind of made me like,
made you feel things you're not used to feeling.
It moved. No, just kidding.
No, it did. Yeah, I thought it was kind of weird too. I thought the humor of that might help.
It was funny, bro.
That video just crashed. That video did not do good.
Yeah, it's crazy. The more effort you put into a video, the less it does. Like, all my review stuff, like I do. So when I review stuff, I've decided I'm going to do real reviews. I'm not going to do like one mag stuff. I'm not going to do anything. So I'm going to have it and use it and shoot it a couple times before I give an opinion on it, because I'm stealing it from Flossie Carter, because he does something called a real review for his tech gear. Everything's a month.
Okay.
At least a month. And he does a real review, and he tells you if it's trash, if he tells you he loves it. And I like that. Like, I don't know. Some guys do first mag reviews, and it's cool. That's their own thing, but I'm going to run it into the dirt before I review it.
It's a cool idea. I started doing this too. So my reviews have been extended through multiple shoot sessions now, simply because I'm not happy with the content that I got when I go home and overlook it. So I'll still use it, but I'm like, I need more. Like, I need to do more than a couple mags in this video. So I'll hold it, stack up the footage, and then just keep filming a couple more times when I go out to the desert.
Come here. Hold on. We got a photo bomber.
What's up, photo bomber?
This is Torrance. She's gonna go get her gun tomorrow. Yay! You gotta look at the cameras right there. That's my friend, MrBigKid. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay,
good. You can be like Laura Croft?
Yes, we're gonna be like Laura Croft. Yay, Angelina Jolie. All right, go to bed.
That's funny.
Anytime I'm in here, she wants to sneak in.
My son's the same way.
Yeah.
So is my dog too. But
yeah,
he just bothers me all day.
Yeah, your quest for the kid's rifle, though. I mean, it was funny that it came up when I was searching for a rifle because I was like, man, I don't know what to get her. A bolt action would be okay, but I don't know. I kind of want like a Savage autoloader, and then even I was gonna put like a red dot on it, and just skip iron sights for now because I mean, she's almost 7. She's a little kid.
So I actually got a lot of flame for the red dot that I chose for my kid's rifle because it's like a cheap. I don't know if it's like made by Fiatchi or whatever, but it's like an Amazon red dot. It's got the big old glass on it, but people don't realize I bought it for my son. Like that red dot's going to be like quick, easy way to learn how to use an optic or use a sight on a gun. He's a 6-year-old, so it's hard to teach something like, okay, use the first post, use the 2, the rear sight in the first one, line them up. Now make sure your target's lined up perfectly with those. He doesn't get that.
Yeah. So. Well, my son, he had the Ruger Precision 22, and man, he was shooting out the letters on the sides. Like he really got into it.
That's awesome.
He was like, Dad, this is fun. Do we have to go home now? And we shot. God, I think he shot about 400 rounds that day.
Nice.
He shot the heck out of that rifle, and then he shot the MP15 a bunch of times.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he's hooked. I thank God.
That's awesome.
I was worried about it. And then I want to keep the momentum going with her. So I'm going to make it easy. She can learn how to shoot iron sights and all that junk later. I'm going to put a red dot on it and keep it nice and simple.
Yep. And that's, my wife keeps reminding me of that too. She's like, just get him to have fun with it. Don't worry about the technicals. Don't worry about him aiming perfectly and, make sure he's safe, make sure he's got good discipline when he's shooting, but just make him have fun, because if you start like hounding him with teaching him proper technique and stuff like that, it's going to discourage him and turn him off. And it's,
you know what works for me? Water balloons, but with baby powder in it.
Oh, you shoot them? That's a good idea.
You shoot the balloon with baby powder and it goes, it's just baby powder.
Nice.
So, you put 5 or 6 of those on a board and they just, they have so much fun, man. And it's not explosive, but it's powder, so that it pops a little bit.
Speaking of which, I have an opportunity coming up, hopefully, to shoot grenade launchers. And
whoa. Let's not skim past this story. You're gonna shoot grenade launchers?
Maybe. We're trying to work it out. But there's a contact that I have, and he's very connected in the industry and amazing person. I was talking with him on the phone yesterday. He's like, we're just talking about some ideas, how I can help incorporate him and his company in some videos and stuff, because they're really cool people. And then he's like, oh, and by the way, like, I know somebody that is in charge of Voltor, and they own this grenade launcher company. I'm like, oh, do go on.
That's going to be some great content right there.
Yeah, he said the actual explosive grenades are very expensive, like
ridiculous. Like $400, I think, right?
I don't know, or more. I mean, they're just a lot, because it's all goes all to government contracts. So they said what they like to do is they use, I forget what kind of grenade round it is, but they shoot it with tannerite, I guess, and it has like the same exact effect, she said.
Oh, that's very cool.
It's interesting, but still, I mean, just to be able to fire a grenade launcher sounds pretty awesome.
That's awesome. I would totally do that in a second.
Oh, me too. So,
you know what's a crazy? 50 caliber rifles get 0 views. Nobody cares about. I don't get it.
This one's gotten some good views on the shorts up there. The Barrett
blows up half your face off, then it gets 12 million views.
yeah, no kidding.
But that's a hard. I don't know if I could take that for the team.
Yeah,
I think that's up to like 20 million views now.
There's a couple. I love the Barrett, and the reason I bought it was for the channel. I didn't buy it to have fun with. I have fun with it, but I mean, you're right. The 50 cal videos, I think it's kind of oversaturated. It's such a cool round, such a cool rifle. That there's a lot of people that do it.
Yeah. So,
and the big channels, they all kind of soak up all the views. I forget what it is, but it's like the top 1% of channels is like 99% of YouTube traffic. And the last 99% of YouTubers, YouTube channels, are fighting for that last 1% of traffic, pretty much.
Yeah. I just do this for shucks and giggles, man. I
Mhm.
love it. I love meeting people. And for me, honestly, it's really selfish. I do this channel just so I can go hang out with gun people and do these events. And anything I make from the channel, like super chats, all that stuff, I put it right
Mhm.
out there. Like,
Yeah.
it's great. I have a blast. Like
We're
tomorrow, I'm doing an ammo run.
nice.
Santee TV, if you want to come up to West Road, come do some ammo hunting with Smash Time.
There you
No,
go.
but man, I just love it. It's so much fun. So
Yeah.
tell me
Oh,
about.
yeah.
I'm really curious about your first time at SHOT Show. Now, how many
Okay.
times have you gone? Just the one time?
Just the one time, and then last year, of course, was canceled.
Right.
So, yeah, just the one time, and it was an amazing experience.
It looks like a lot of fun. I do a lot of for my business. Well, the company I work for, I do a lot of trade shows, and
Okay.
if you're working a booth, it's horrible.
Yeah, I would not want to work there. That just
But
looks like a
to
nightmare.
walk around looks
Yep.
like a blast.
It's really cool if you go as media as well, because you get perks that all the just attendees don't get. So media perks, they have a media room. You can literally take a break from the SHOT Show, go back up to the media room, and enjoy some like coffee and soda and like treats and stuff, energy bars. And you could, like, I had my laptop out. I'm dumping media from my camera onto my laptop, and then when I'm all refreshed, I've been hanging out with a bunch of other gun tubers. I was chatting with Brandon Herrera and
Yeah, I saw
Eric
that.
from Iraq, and yeah, I feel refreshed. Stack it all back in my bag and go back down to the floors and walk
Man, that's
around.
awesome. So,
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm definitely going because when I lived in California, I used to go to Vegas. God, we used to go at least once a month, minimum once a month. There was a time we were going every single weekend for like 3 months, but God, it got so expensive and we were so broke after that because
Yeah,
we were never winning. We were just
gotcha.
having a great time. But Vegas is like a second home. I can't wait to get back. I've been there during
Mhm.
SHOT Show before, but that was before I got kind of really into guns. So I was just
Okay.
like, oh yeah, bunch of gun people, cool.
Yep. Oh, but man, that's actually where I went to the first ever annual Gundys award ceremony. That was at like this little taco bar right near, like right off the strip somewhere.
So what are the
And
Gundys? Explain that, because
so the Gundys is like an award ceremony for gun channels. So it's like these big channels, even small channels. Everybody's pretty much, as long as you're nominated to enter the Gundy Awards, people vote for you. They have like a month to vote or 2 months to vote, and then whoever has the top votes, gets
did you win?
drawn to win. No.
That's cool though, just to be
I'm going
invited
in
to
it.
that.
Yeah, I'm going in again for sure. I want to go to the Gundys for a third year. Oh man, last year or this year, Gundys was amazing, and that was over at Drive Tanks
Yeah,
at
I
Ox
heard.
Ranch.
So, but don't the same channels always win?
Not necessarily. There's a couple up and coming channels. Well, they have so many different categories, so it's not like most entertaining channel. You're gonna have the top channels are competing for that, and you're gonna like the big channels won. I mean, War Poet Society, Garantham, like all these guys, Military Arms Channel, they definitely won certain categories. But there's
Yeah.
a lot of like crossover creator drawings. There's up and coming YouTuber draws and stuff. And what's
Oh,
cool
man.
is that if you're in the top four, which I was not in the top four in any of my categories, but if you're in the top four, they'll actually fly you out to Texas. They'll put you up at the hotel and everything. Like they pay for the entire trip for you.
But you have to be nominated to go, right?
You can be nominated very easily. You can even nominate yourself, I think. So like,
I'm gonna nominate myself. I'll have
yeah,
2 votes.
do it. And that's the thing is like you just basically have. It's like more of an application than anything. They call it a nomination, but it's like you just apply to be in the Gundys. And
Oh, that's crazy. I just want to go check it out. Like
dude,
Drive
it's an
Tanks.
incredible
I've
time.
always wanted to go to Drive Tanks. I think that's a
Mhm.
cool place, but I just can't afford it.
Yeah. Oh, no kidding.
It's
And
not cheap.
they didn't just drive everybody around for free. Like there's certain things that you could pay for while you're there, but there's a lot of things that were free to do, like the range day. That was cool. They did fire the tank off a couple times.
No, that would be cool.
Yep. I didn't really have to be the one that's pulling the cord. Like I'm totally fine just watching it happen.
Right. 100%.
I think it's
100%.
$1,000 per shot for those. So
How much?
about 1,000 per round, I think. That's what they charge.
No, I'm good. I'll
Yeah.
just watch.
But they do have one where you can hop in a tank and they'll drive you around the property and like smash through mud and water and stuff for like $100. And I would have totally done that.
Oh, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I can swing 100, but my wife would castrate me.
Yeah.
$1,000.
Well, because all you're doing is you're pulling the cord and everybody else is getting the fun part of it too. Like the fun thing of watching a tank fire is watching a tank fire, not being the one firing it necessarily.
So loud.
Oh, it's amazing. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
So out of all your reviews, there's one gun that I am so jealous that I've always wanted. Can you guess which one it is? If you had to guess, out of all of your pistols, it's a pistol. I've always wanted it. Always, since I was
How
a
old
kid.
is the video? Oh, since you were a kid?
I can't tell you.
Since you were a kid.
Well, I've always wanted it for the last, so let's say last 10 years. I've always wanted it. That should narrow half of it down.
Desert Eagle.
Yeah. God.
As soon as you said kid, I'm like, every kid wants a Desert Eagle.
I wanted one of those.
Grown up too.
So bad. When I played SOCOM, I would, because the faster you are, the less weight you have. So I would go with nothing. I would no rifle, no grenades, nothing. And I would just have the DE, and I would just go around just blowing people away, man.
Oh yeah. So I got an awesome deal on that Desert Eagle. I was out of town for work up north in Payson, Arizona, and they have a gun shop up there. So I usually stop by just to see what they have, maybe a cool war relic or something. And they had a Desert Eagle on the shelf for only like 900 something bucks.
What?
And this was like 2 years ago, so it's not even an old Desert Eagle. It's like the XIX model with the ported barrel and stuff.
You got that for $900?
Yep, it was used, but like not a scratch on it. All the scratches on that are from my misuse.
Which I think guns should have scratches. I think it builds character.
Yeah, it's too hard.
Safe queens.
I put my gun in a case or I put it in my range bag, and there's like casings in there that are rattling around. Sometimes I don't know they're there, so it's gonna happen. I'd take care of things, but
yeah. So I borrowed my friend's SIG P365 to go shoot and test it against the Hellcat and the RDP and a couple other guns.
Yep.
Ended up scratching the slide up, so I just bought it.
Did you?
Because he was like, "It's cool." I'm like, "No, man. I'll just buy it."
Yep.
Because I was like, "Damn, it's a great pistol, though. The SIG 365 is a great pistol." So
never tried it.
It shoots really, really well. Like, surprisingly well. And I'm not a big SIG guy, but I like that pistol quite a bit.
I borrowed Tactical Toolbox's Smith & Wesson R8, that 357. So I've been taking a lot of pictures and doing a review video with that, but I'm babying that thing so much. I'm keeping it in its own private, separate case, away from everything else so it doesn't get scratched.
Yeah, there's only one gun I shot in the last, forever, 10 years, that I was terrified to shoot. And I was telling everyone, I was telling all the subscribers, there's a couple guns I want to shoot. And one of them was a German Luger, like a real one. The guy's like, "Oh, man, I got one. I'll meet you at the range." So he brings the most amazing, it looked brand new, right out of a production. I mean, it wasn't a scratch, wasn't a flaw. It was a 1942 police issue German Luger. And it had the serial numbers matched the magazines. It had 2 magazines with it.
That's cool. That's crazy. I didn't even realize they did that.
Super rare. I didn't even know they did that. But I guess when they issue it to the police, and it had all the markings on it and everything, and I got to shoot 2 magazines through it.
That's awesome.
My God.
How's it feel? I never fired a Luger. What's the trigger like on that thing?
It's bananas. Do you know how it works? So the slide curls up. Yeah, it was bananas.
I have a stage gun.
Amazing. But I was literally shaking because I was like, "Please don't drop this. It's like $7,000. Please don't drop this." Complete collector's item. He took the wood grips off it, so I had aftermarket grips because he didn't want to mess those up.
Makes sense.
Wow, that thing was nuts. I mean, what a piece of history.
Oh yeah. My father-in-law gave me a M1 carbine Winchester, old original war rifle, but all the serial numbers match, all the components, everything has a serial number on that thing.
Nice.
In the bolt, the receiver, stock, everything. So it's cool. I did a review video on that one pretty recently, I think.
Was that the one you were shooting in your intro?
I was shooting that in the intro. Yeah, that's one of the rifles.
I did notice that. See, I pay attention, folks.
Yes, you do. It's observant.
Yeah, I
Nice.
liked how they cut that together.
Mm, that was cool.
Was that your idea, or was this kind of
That was his
brainchild?
idea. It was
Yeah,
his idea, and it was fun to try to film that because each gun I fired like 15 rounds through, or at whatever the maximum capacity of it was, and he'd keep walking the circle as I was firing that gun the entire time, and then he'd go back, switch guns, load up a new magazine, then he'd walk the circle and I'd deplete another magazine. He'd walk back,
I
and
really
then he
like.
just pieced it.
Yeah, I
So
really like how he kept everything in focus, and you weren't like getting bigger and smaller during that. I mean, it was
yep,
really well cut together.
it almost looks like a drone is like circling me. It's just super smooth.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
as the guns were changing out into the beat of the music, I was like, "Wow, that's really good."
He does amazing work. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if
Super
you had
good
to,
dude.
you would have to pay someone $4 or $5 grand to do something like that.
Yeah, I believe it.
At least, yeah, 3 hours professional plus the cut and edit and all that. That's an easy $5 grand right there.
Yep.
God.
Oh, my son loved that video when he came out with it too. We were up in Durango on a little family vacation, and he texted the rough draft to me, and dude, I was like floored. I just loved it. So
Yeah,
cool.
it blows you away. And the
Yep.
ending too, with the shotgun over the shoulder, I was like, "Wow, that's slick."
Oh yeah, the 1895, the Dino gun. I
Yeah,
love that
very
thing.
cool, very cool. Let's see who else is in the chat. Boss Hogs in the chat. That's my buddy, Jay Curry, B Noise. I did a find me at Academy once, when I give you like 100 rounds of 9. B Noise, how much did I give? Was it 100 rounds or 150? I don't know. And this guy found me in like 10 minutes, and I was at a random academy. Just
That's
kind
awesome.
of have fun with it. Constitutional Carpenter. It's kind of like a Jesus reference. That's cool. Reptile guys. Jeff W. Nice. Again, if you're not a subscriber, yeah, it was 150 rounds of Browning. So if you're not a subscriber, please
Nice.
subscribe to the channel. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to MrBigKids. I just put his link in the description down here in the chat. Please click and sub to his channel. Man, so that DE got me. Like, I want one so bad.
Very cool gun, and I was so pleasantly surprised when I fired it for the first time. The tame recoil on that.
Yeah,
It's
I've got to
loud.
shoot one.
Okay.
But God, it's just bananas. I didn't know the whole slide moves. It's really an odd.
It's got like an AR-15 bolt in that thing too. That's like fixed to the frame. I'm not sure if you realized it. Yeah.
I watched your breakdown. I didn't know how easy it was to break it down. Dang.
Super easy. Yep.
That's bananas.
Can be a little challenging to put back together because the piston just kind of tumbles out easily. So
okay. Yeah, like the first time I took a 1911 apart, I couldn't put it back together. I had to take it back to the shop in a box. And they were all laughing hysterically. So the guy was looking at me in the eyes as he put it together.
Let me guess. Was that little rotating or that swiveling?
I couldn't do it.
I don't know what that thing's called. Barrel bush.
The little tongue thingy, and they go, "Well, put it upside down and this and that." And I'm like, I couldn't do it, man. I could not do it.
Yep.
And I didn't want to scratch it and mess it up because I just bought it. It was a Ruger R1.
Okay.
Remington R1.
Gotcha.
And I didn't want to screw it up and scratch it up.
Yeah.
But dang. Charles Morgan, thank you for stopping by, buddy. I do appreciate it. So let's see. We went over quite a bit of stuff.
Hey, Charles.
So my home defense gun, I mean, we were talking about, you really think about the AR-15.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Ruger PC carbine pistol with the brace with a 33 round magazine. So that I just put a laser. Hey, check this out. You want a really cheap, awesome laser from Amazon? This Pinty made in China cheapo laser. This thing is rock solid, man. This is the second one. So I had one on a pistol for like 2 years. Battery still fresh, still works great. It's dirt cheap. It's like $14-15. I mean, stupid cheap.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put not that laser, but I'm gonna put a laser on that one, and that's gonna be the home defense gun when I'm gone. So because I travel a lot. So when the wife is home, I think that the Ruger PC carbine is gonna be the one.
So I have, aside from my handgun that I keep in the nightstand, I have two long guns that I use for home defense. So my old one, my first one, and I still use it a lot, is the CZ Scorpion, the Evo. So
Oh, that's nice.
yep, I load up 30 rounds. And what I do is, it's got like the non-reciprocating charging handle on the top or
Mhm.
bolt handle. So I keep it up and ready. I keep it on fire. So I'm like, when I'm out of town, I tell my wife, grab the rifle, slap the bolt down, and you're ready to rock with this thing. I keep it up in the closet, like out of reach for my kid. And that's her go-to
Yeah.
home defense. Otherwise, I have a 300 Blackout AR-15 that I've been using.
Oh, that's a great gun.
Yep, I keep the suppressor on it too, so it's just nice
I
and
don't know what
quiet.
to do with this. Is that in the camera? Can you see it?
No.
I can't touch it. It's just a lower.
Mhm.
It's a complete lower. I've been sitting there for like a year and a half, 2 years, and I don't know what to do with it.
Have you shot 300 Blackout?
Yeah,
Okay, that's a cool round. I love 300 Blackout.
but I don't know if I want to add another caliber.
Makes sense too. What ARs do you have? 5.56.
Just 5.56. Yeah, and then I'm getting a PSA 308 this
Nice.
week. It should come in this coming week.
Okay, heck yeah.
And that I'm excited for because I had a DPMS 308, which was good, but it was so heavy.
Yep.
I hated it.
You got the PA10 G3 Gen 3.
Yeah.
Nice. I just got that from Palmetto too. They
Oh,
sent it.
do you like it?
So far, I love it. Yeah, I just put it away. I was gonna demo or display that one for the video. Yeah, I got that new Ride-On scope from when I visited Ride-On. So, and I put that on the PA10, and it just looks slick. Actually, I'll show the scope to you. So this guy right here,
That
it's
looks
the
cool.
1-8. It's the X3 Tactics, and yeah, they gave me the mount and everything. So pretty excited for this one.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's got like red illumination, really cool reticle on it too. So comes with the little caps and everything. So that's going on the PA10.
Yeah.
And I did a couple magazines through the PA10 just to feel it, and it's a really good shooter.
Yeah. Palmetto State Armory, they had such a bad rep for so many years, man. And I remember when I first started getting the ARs, I would never get one. I avoided them. But lately, I think the last couple of years, I think they started machining everything in house.
I think so.
So their quality control is through the roof now.
Yep.
But you know what? I'm on a real big kick right now. Is when I was at the IV88, I saw the Savior equipment bags.
Okay.
And I picked up. We got a pistol bag there as a freebie, and then I bought another pistol bag, and I'm like, man, this is good stuff. And I went and bought one of their what is it? Just like a backpack gun, like a 33-inch dual rifle that goes over the shoulders. God, it's awesome. So I sent a message on Instagram. I was like, man, I tagged him in a few videos. I'm like, I really like these bags. And if you got anything you want me to review, I mean, I'm totally down for it,
Yep.
And they just sent me, you want to do an unboxing live?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do an unboxing. Hold on.
I don't have anything to open up for you guys.
Oh, check this out, guys. I got a little bag. Let's
Fancy.
I know. Geez, I wonder what's in the box, right?
I wonder if it's something from Savior Equipment. I have a hunch.
I bet so. I bet it's something. Man, God, there's a lot of staples. Holy smokes.
That range bag is really nice from the range day, though.
Yeah. This is called the Coffin. If I can ever open it. Struggles. Check this out.
Nice. Oh, it does look like a coffin.
Yeah, so it looks like a coffin. Because I was at the
That's cool.
Man. That thing is legit. But man, I bought one of their bags at the range at Austin. It was like $80, and it was a dual rifle bag, and I loved it. But I
Okay.
wanted something a little slicker, for like maybe backpacking in case I ever want to take this tactical girth on a walk.
Sure.
And dang, this is pretty sweet.
That is cool. I like that.
Oh, I guess it is a dual rifle case too. Look at that. Dual rifle case, super cushy.
Yeah, nice
I never
bunches
know
on
what
the
to
back.
put here.
I was gonna try to think of something funny, but I got nothing.
I know. But yeah, so this is called the Coffin from Savior Equipment. Very cool, man. I can't wait to use this. I'm gonna use this weekend. Yeah, look at that. A live unboxing. There's always a first, right?
That's right.
Completely not planned.
Nice.
Whew. Yeah. You're out of shape when you can't open a box without sweating a little bit.
Well, you got a couple staples you had to work through. It's
Right.
tactical girth.
Yeah, tactical girth. You got to get it around.
Man.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I know you have a full-time job. How much time do you spend on your YouTube channel? Because you're everywhere still.
Yeah, I'm trying. It's crazy, man. It's I'm trying to find that work-life balance, between my family time and
right.
YouTube and my main job. So I think each night I probably spend anywhere from 2.5 to 3 hours on the channel between editing, posting links, and updating social media, posting, and all that stuff. And then a good amount of time on my main job right now because life is just insanely crazy right now.
That's AC related, right?
Yeah, it's energy controls. So mostly AC industry, HVAC industry, but building automation type stuff.
Because you're wearing a Train hat in one of your videos, and I used to work for Train. My wife still worked for Train, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was like, that's cool.
Nice.
I got a million Train hats if you want a ton of them.
Oh, I got plenty.
I got
good.
But they send you a ton of that stuff. I'm like, I'm not going to wear it.
I used to be a technician with Train. I'm not anymore. I'm a project developer, but it was like I have an entire garbage bag full of uniforms. Just
right.
Like technician uniforms, just all the fire rated gear and arc flash ratings and stuff.
Oh yeah, so you work mostly on the commercial side.
Yep, all commercial. Yeah, I didn't do any residential.
That residential stuff. So I was a territory manager, so I would go out and get people to buy, train, and sell it to their customers.
Okay.
So I had to go for 2 weeks. I had to drive around with a dealer and do residential calls so I could get a feel of it.
Gotcha.
And it was brutal. Those guys have such a hard job.
I don't envy the guys in the residential industry. It's like,
so hard.
mean, a commercial building, if somebody has a unit that goes down, okay, they'll vacate that office right there, but there's, maybe like 15 more units, feeding offices around it. But when you have a house and their air conditioning goes out, that's an emergency. That's their one and only lifeline. If that's not the case, they're going to a hotel or something. So
I did a couple commercial calls too. And I did 2, and that's it. Because the first one was easy because there was roof access. Mm-hmm. The next one we had to climb up a ladder, 3 stories. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It was a crappy ladder. It was terrified. Real quick, Mike McCloon, thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. I really appreciate it, man. That money goes right back into the channel. Steven, Armament Access, man, you're everywhere, buddy. God, he's everywhere.
Yes.
Earmuffs, Steven. Okay, what the reptile guy says I should put tampons in the bag, that area strap. Sweet, cool. Steven O said put a box of donuts. That's all right. Because what's funny? I did donut reviews when I used to do these ammo hunts, and I'm doing one tomorrow actually. So I do like I'll stop by a donut shop and review the shop, and then I'll go get ammo. I just have a good time, man. I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But I know it. I know.
My kid loves donuts. I like them too, but
Well, out here is kolaches are real popular.
kolaches. Is that a store
Oh my gosh.
or is that a type of donut?
It's
Or
well, there's basic types. So there's like it's like a bread bun with a stuffing inside. So a
okay.
lot of times it's just like a Polish sausage wrapped in a bun. You'll see. I'll put it.
Oh,
I'll give you a shout tomorrow on that video, and you'll be able to see what a kolache is.
I'll watch it. Yeah, for sure.
It's awesome. Kolaches are awesome, but no one else, in California, no one knows what a kolache is.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, we do like egg rolls too. There's a place out here that does deep fried egg rolls for breakfast, like breakfast egg rolls.
Oh man, those are probably good.
Oh yeah. Oh look, 2A EDUs in the chat. You met him up
Hey.
here, didn't you?
I did. Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, it was the last day. Everybody broke everything down, and we're all just kind of mingling a little bit up by the water tents, and just kind of started chatting. And we haven't really found each other before, but he's a really cool dude, really nice guy.
Passionate. That dude is passionate.
He's knowledgeable. It's,
I know. I had a copy of the not 10 Commandments, but the Bill of Rights, just in case it went that direction. Because I was like, man, I gotta fake it till I make it. If he asks me,
boss tells me.
he starts asking me what the Articles of Confederation are and all that. I'm like, man, I don't know. I got to keep up with this guy. He's so passionate when he talks.
Yeah, absolutely. I've covered some like political stuff before. Once in a while, if something really bad comes down the pipeline, I'll try to cover it just to do my part in like getting the word out. If something bad is like, being pushed or whatever. But how these guys are able to stay on top of like these current events, that's a whole job in itself.
Yeah, I go to his channel.
Yep.
Like if I want to know what's going on, I go to his channel, or I'll go to. I used to go to Joe Rogan a lot because he would always have on his Instagram and stuff. But who's that guy? Tim Pool. I watch a lot of Tim Pool.
Yep.
He's a pretty middle of the road guy.
It's weird. A lot of my wife and I used to be like so up to date on everything going on in the world, politics wise. And it got to the point where we were so depressed just every single day of reading these like stupid news stories. And
it's part of their plan.
Yep. We just turned it off.
Part of the Great Reset is to make you burned out. It's like buying a car. They want to burn you out.
Yep.
And yeah, I couldn't do it anymore. After the whole January 6th thing, I was like, I'm done.
Yep.
I need a couple months off.
I shut Facebook off for about 2 months. And all I did was just manage my MrBigKid thing. That's the only social media I did. And I'm back on Facebook now, but to such a lesser extent. So
100%. It's funny because I shut off like after the January 6th thing, and I'm like, oh man, I'm done. I shut it off for 2 months. I went back on, and they're still talking about the same exact stuff.
I know. That's so true.
Since I'm from California, all my relatives are nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, I just can't deal with these guys.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah, but the work-life balance when you do YouTube is really tough. I'm struggling with it because I started a new sales job, and it's a 8 to 5 in the office for the first 3 months. So
okay,
it's brutal. And then when I get home, my kids are not tablet kids. They're like in your face. Let's play. Let's build Legos. Let's do stuff. Let's read books.
Yep.
So it was rough, man.
Yeah, nothing wrong with
this last 2 months, I've noticed, I was getting a couple thousand viewers a month. Now, I think I got like 300 subscribers last month, and this month's even less.
You'll go through your ups and downs. There is something weird going around right now. My short videos have been pretty much carrying my channel, but I've been experiencing good growth, but nothing like it was back in like February or March.
Yeah, February. So, I mean, from December to March, I was 10,000 subscribers from almost from 200 to 10,000 in just a few months. It was crazy. Nice. Yep. It was bananas. It was so much fun.
Yeah, I think what was it from? I think March till about May. I think 1 month. Yeah, 1 month I gained 38,500 subs.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Because I know February I was everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy. It was, but I was
Yep.
very consistent with the uploads.
Yep.
And but man, it's the work-life balance. I did get a little burned out in April. I got a little burned out a little bit. It's just
Right.
part of YouTube, man.
It's tough, especially when you work so hard in a video and it just doesn't perform. It sucks, but
Yeah. Like that meet and greet I did. I had so much fun with this. It started out as just, we're going to do a meet and greet at this gun range. And the guy set up 2 courses for us to shoot. And I was like, wow. So all these regular just gun people, no tactical skills. None of us have ever shot like with where they beep it and you just do the deal. Man, we all did. We all had the best time of our life. But
Yep.
I edited, I put it together. I did 2 camera angles. I thought it was a pretty good video. Like 600 views, man.
yeah, that's so true.
That kind of
Yeah.
hurts a little bit.
Yeah, it's like content that's off, not the normal stuff that you'd produce is like never quite does the same.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's fun. I mean, I wouldn't change it for the world.
Mm-hmm.
So how much longer? I mean, how many views do you think you'd have to get before you'd feel comfortable doing this full time?
Ooh, views and income are so different. My channel was doing better revenue wise when I was like 10,000 subs than it is now through YouTube.
Right.
So just because now they're striking almost everything down. Every single video I have to argue with them to put back up. So I joined a YouTube partnership program with a third-party company. It's the same one that Mr. Guns and Gear and Johnny B, all those guys are in the same group. So in the event that my channel ever gets demonetized, they're going to fight for me to get it reinstated. So,
that's cool.
yeah, they take a cut of my income from the channel, but it's, I mean, what that means though, is if YouTube decides to pull ads from my video, that's an asset that this company has, and they have friends, they know people at YouTube. So you and I, the most we can do is dispute a video. And if whatever human reviewer decides they hate guns and nope, they don't want ads on this video, that's the last that you and I can ever say about that video. We can never bring it up again. It's a done deal unless we take it down and re-upload it and try again.
That's what I do.
Yep.
That's what I do. It works. So
yeah,
far,
I actually did for the first time.
I had a couple videos that got like 40, 50,000 views, and right before the cutoff of the month, they took them down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, that sucks.
Yep.
It was like around $45, $50, guys.
Yeah.
So still, I mean, it's still $45, $50.
Yeah.
But
you worked hard for that.
I don't really care about being monetized. What I care about is them not pushing the videos, because if they take your ads away, your regular subscribers will still see your videos, but you won't be pushed out to new people.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So it's, to be honest, I feel like the income that I would need to have to be comfortably able to go full time, I don't know, probably like at least like $250,000, maybe $300,000. That's a big number. It's a big number. It's a lot more than I'm making now, but it's something that if I'm going to do this thing and quit my career that I've been building for the last 15 years, I'm going to make it worthwhile.
Yeah, I can relate. I mean, I would have to, I'm right in the same ballpark. But the thing is, man, they could just shut it off tomorrow. I mean, if the government really wanted to, they could shut it all off pretty easy.
They can, which is why it had to be such a big number, because I'd have to pile some of that away and not just live off of it.
Right.
However, there's a couple people. I'm not sure if you know CloverTack. He's another YouTube channel.
I don't watch a whole lot of other YouTube channels.
So he's like really connected to somebody at YouTube. I don't know who it is or who his contact is, but he knows somebody that actually has say in YouTube policies and gun policies in particular. And he's been working close with this other guy, this CloverTack, at choosing like when things are overregulated. So he actually said he really believes that things are going to get better for gun channels and not worse.
Really?
Which I have hope. I have faith in that. I hope so. I know the media is not with us, and I know the government's not with us, and I know YouTube's not with us, but I think in the end, YouTube is worried about their bottom dollar. They want to make money. So
100%. So this is why I focus a lot on building your personal network, especially here in Houston, Texas, because gun people are not very social by nature.
mm-hmm.
And if you build your personal network, I mean, if the nuclear option ever came down and if Google ever decided just to erase gun people from the face of the earth, I mean, how would you reach out to people?
I just started a mailing list. I have a blog, so I just started that, and I post some deals and ammo links and stuff. And if there's a product that I review, I try to make a write up about it. And I get a few people signing up every day for my mailing list.
Cool. Do you have a join button on your channel too?
I almost have a join button. I have to create like tiers and stuff, but it got approved through YouTube. But yeah,
I thought about doing one too.
Mm-hmm.
Just so I can make my giveaways much better. Like I gave, I want everyone to win. And I felt bad the last time, only like out of the 25 people that showed up, only 7 people won stuff.
Yep.
And I was like,
Yeah. When it comes down to YouTube, like revenue in general, sometimes I made quite a bit in the last couple of months for my channel size, amounts that I didn't think I'd be able to make anytime soon in YouTube. And my wife's like, holy, really? You made that much today? I'm like, yeah, but I mean, I did this for the first 2 years without a dime. And the amount of money I've invested in my channel, the thousands and thousands of dollars I spent on cameras and editing software and equipment and all that, it adds up so fast.
Yeah, it does.
So,
I mean, I use my phone for the longest. I mean, I got this camera like a week before the IV88, and I didn't get the chance to kind of test it out or really practice.
Yep.
So I didn't really feel comfortable with it at all. So it's like it takes a while. It takes a lot of practice to get good with cameras.
You get intimate with them after a while, though. You start knowing where all the buttons are and how to quickly get to settings and stuff. And yeah.
I mean, I was watching YouTube videos on ISO and all that, and like I don't understand half of this stuff.
Oh,
all I know is I got
it all
an
clicks
ND
together.
All I know is I got an ND filter now, so I don't get the reflections, and that's another whole learning process besides guns.
Filters, polarizers and ND.
Polarizer.
Yep. Actually, a little ZV-1 camera has a built-in ND filter.
No kidding.
Yeah.
How does that work?
I don't know. I'm guessing somewhere internally on the camera, some kind of film comes over the sensor, I guess. I have no idea.
Is it like a software or is it actual?
Well, it's in software. Like you turn it on and then all of a sudden everything just gets a little darker.
Oh, that's wild.
And there's like a background defocus button. So like I can make all this go blurry behind me. So that's pretty neat.
That's very cool. Yeah, I like your setup, man. I like your lighting setup. It looks good.
Oh, thanks. It's pretty cheap, but it works.
Nice.
It looks a lot better when there's some zoom on the camera because you don't get to see like my desk right here, which is completely covered in crap right now. And then the floor, which you can't see, is like covered in crap. So.
Yeah. Mine too. Now I got a giant box I ripped apart and all this shit. I just vacuumed in here too.
Yeah, my kid comes in every day and he brings a bunch of Legos and dumps them on the floor and then starts building things while I'm working.
Yeah, so, I went to the store to get a Lego table. We were gonna build a Lego table, and that sheet of plywood was like $59. It was like,
dang, really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
A sheet of MDF was $59.
Wow.
And I was like, well, I guess we're not doing that this week, son. Let's just kind of just flip over the one that was already on it.
Yeah.
What editing software do I use? That's a good question. I use DaVinci Resolve because it's free.
Nice.
What do you use?
I use Premiere Pro, Adobe.
Yeah, I like that one too. I messed around with it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I like free. Free is good.
So my wife's a teacher, and she gets the education package or education pricing. So I get the entire Adobe suite, like all the photo stuff, the web editing stuff, the cartoon software, like which I don't play with anything except for the photo stuff and the video stuff. Either way, everything's like, I don't know, $15 a month or something like that.
That's crazy. So my wife's in IT and she writes software and she's like a super genius. And I get no support after 5 o'clock.
She's turned off. That's it.
She's done.
I get it.
If she's watching right now, she's going to murder me. But
Yep.
Yeah, she doesn't. She does it all day at home. I mean, all day at work. She doesn't do anything at home. So,
Yep. I totally get it. Same reason I don't have all these advanced building controls in my house. I don't want anything to do with work when I'm at home.
right, right. Well, hey, man, I'm gonna let you go. I know it's getting a little bit late where you're at, and
Okay.
I really appreciate you coming on. Like I said, I dug your channel before I met you, and I was like, man, this is just the right amount of video. I mean, the reviews are solid. The video is fantastic, and you can tell. You can look at your reviews and know you give a shit about your channel. And again, for anybody in here that is not a subscriber to MrBigKid, I just put his link again in the chat. Please go subscribe to his channel because it is quality stuff. And
I appreciate that.
I remember when I first started watching it, you were at 52,000, and now a month, 2 months later, 3 months later, you got another almost 20,000. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've been growing anywhere from like 150 to 200 subs a day right now. So it's going well. Sometimes it slows down, scares me, then it speeds up. So it's super fun. I've been having a
I tried
blast.
not to let it get to my head in February because in one day I had like 1,700 subscribers, and I was like, God,
That's
dang.
awesome. Yes, I love those days.
I was like, that's crazy. And then I know some young YouTubers that are getting a lot of subscribers now, and they're a couple months into it, and they're like, I'm always going to get this many subscribers. And I'm like, man, don't let it get to your head because you're going to have stuff come up and things are not going to go your way. I mean, I had 5 or 6 videos in a row that hit 100,000 easy. And I was like,
awesome.
wow, that's cool. And then now it's like, man, I'm rocking like 15, 20 on a good video.
Yep.
And we'll just see how it goes. You know?
Just got to keep, pushing at it. And YouTube works on like a wave. It's like some months are super hot and some are down for everybody. So right now kids are going back to school, but I don't know.
If I could do one thing, I just want to interview like YouTubers, gun tubers. This to me is more fun, meeting people and just socializing, and then I don't have to edit anything. That's the key right there.
It's live. Yeah. I hear you.
I need to get the numbers up like 2A EDU does. Mr. 4,000. He has 450 people watching his lives at all times. Crazy.
Yep.
It's crazy.
That's awesome.
But he has good content though. His solid content right there.
Yep. It's all about your passion and what you put into it. I have expensive stuff and cameras and stuff, but it'd all be worthless if I didn't try to learn how to use all this stuff too.
Yeah. So, like they say, the harder you work, the luckier you get.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Well, again, thank you so much. I really
thanks for having me.
You have coming on the chat, and maybe we'll do this again. If you ever want to come on, man, if you're ever just sitting around one day, like, hey, let's do a live, hit me up. We'll do a live anytime you want. Yeah,
I sent you my phone number. So anytime you want me on, just let me know.
Nice.
We'll schedule it.
Nice. So. I appreciate it. Guys, check out his channel. Top notch. Absolutely top notch channel. And again, thank you so much. And till next time, guys.
Yeah, man. God bless. I'll see you guys.